Hello and welcome back. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Distant Worlds 2, the United Federation of Planets playthrough. Right, so as I was wrapping up that episode, I realized that there are currently 5 pirate ships that are about to attack us. They are here. There is one ship here that is currently attacking the force of Turvek. So this is the second pirate faction, the Daguba Outlaws, and I don't see the Proxima Debal cartel anywhere. They are not actively in our system. So about that defense agreement, you know, like, where's my production buddies? So there's one ship there, there's 4 ships up here. I did inspect them all, and they all are escorts. None of them have ion defense. And they all have technology that I want. So I think we may double back on the decision that I made at the end of the last episode and actually finish ion weaponry, because if we can shoot down and disable some of these ships, we have a shot at getting some bonus research. It'd be best if we could get it after we have our own assault pods, but even just blowing them up does give us a chance to salvage tech, and I'm kind of tempted to defend against this one. Since none of these ships have ion defense, it's a pretty suitable pirate faction to fight. We shall see. Let's see how this first raid goes. We have no weapons on any of our spaceports, no weapons on any of our ships. We're completely defenseless. Let's just see what they do. Some of these ships should just bail as soon as they get attacked. Try to escape. The Ghost Fleet has been encountered. We've encountered a new pirate faction in the Turvek system, the Ghost Fleet. This pirate faction is predominantly composed of humans. Same as our empire. Although they are pirates, they could prove useful allies if handled properly. Initial communications have been extremely successful. They regard us with some friendliness. They appreciate our unique culture. Not sure that's the right word for that uniqueness. All right, so every race in this game has some scripted events that can fire. So as the humans, this is one of our racial events. Ancient orders, hail, Dirtsider. We are the Ghost Fleet. We have long watched over your primitive world. Our old legends tell us that many, many years ago, some of our ancestors settled among you. As a result of all the plague-filled dirt balls in the galaxy, we have been a bit protective of yours, and we've generally discouraged other of the clans from raiding your system. This has cost us over time, as some of the clans are fairly ultra-violent. Anyway, the legends also said that someday you would take to the stars again, and that when that day came, we would be able to rejoin our dirt-based ancestors in one happy new clan. Being as this has now happened, we figure it's time for a chat. The only thing is, we've been rereading the legend and also talking over the cost of protecting your dirtball over the generations, and the legend says that rejoining you will return us to prosperity. We figure this means you'll need to pay up. So we can pay the Ghost Fleet 25,000 credits, or we can refuse. Spoiler alert, you want to pay the Ghost Fleet because, yes, pay them. We have integrated the Ghost Fleet into our empire. The legends were true. All right, a sign of good faith and gratitude from Dirtsiders. I guess the legends were true after all, which means we share some common ancestors. If all the legends are true, then we have a lot to tell you, and maybe we need to also return to some of the older ways. For now, we'll join our clans into one and share with you what our legends tell us. 2 ages ago, before the Age of Shadows, there was no separation between space clans and dirt clans. We were one people, united against a terrible ancient enemy, the Shaktur, that killed our people, destroyed our ships and our worlds, and tore space itself apart. This was a battle to the finish, and defeating this enemy cost us most of our people, ships and worlds. By the end of the war, the worlds were full of disease and racked with natural disasters. Only the toughest survived, and those that went back dirt side were usually lost. We learned to survive in space. We were part of a clan called the 8th Fleet back then, and the only one that made it through the end. Oh my gosh, there's so many words. Our last orders were to protect the system, to keep it safe and hidden from the enemy, to do whatever it took to survive until the final victory, when the worlds and the star clans would reunite and return to prosperity and cooperation. After 2 generations passed, some decided to go back dirt side, help those still alive there, but eventually they stopped communicating too. We who remained started calling ourselves the Ghost Fleet because the ghosts of our ancestors fought with us. We fought against the terrors of the void that appeared at the end of the last age, keeping them out of our system and away from our resources. We fought against and with some of the other star clans that survived. It turned out that some of the enemies survived too, and we fought a long war with the Hive for many generations, losing many ships. Eventually we drove them away. We found technology that has advanced our understanding of proton ionization. We have found technology that has advanced our understanding of advanced nuclear fission. Yes. Okay, you should have started with that. So anyway, the legends were true. Ghost Fleet was integrated. We now have some special ships. First things first, though, let's take a look at those researches that we just got. So proton ionization is an engine. We got 75% of proton ionization, and we got 75% of advanced nuclear fission. These are going to give us better energy generation and, of course, better thrust, so we can have faster ships. They also, I think, are slightly more energy efficient. These guys consume 2.8 energy while at sprint, 2.0 energy while at cruise. These guys are 2 while at sprint and 1.4 while at cruise. So massive savings in energy, which means you can get by with a lot less reactors, which is useful. And also just, you're burning less fuel, because the way that fuel is generated in this game is, the way energy is generated. Caslon goes in, energy comes out. Can't explain it. No, you can. So it's going to turn 2.333 fuel, read Caslon, into 1,000 energy. And then it'll use that to do stuff. And then, the more efficient all of your engines are, the less actual energy you're going to use to power them. And then you don't have to turn as much fuel into energy. So we do like that upgrade. We have negative 22,917 monies. That's not good. Well, let's go look at our new ships. We have the Worthy Cause frigate. It is here. It has fuel cells, which are 1 tech above what we can make. It does have fission reactors, also 1 tech above what we can make. It has an assault pod. It's got the warp bubble generator, which is tier 2 hyperdrive tech. Comes with the damage control. Not super high tech, but it's more advanced than what we have. 3 proton engines, small railgun, medium concussion missile, a sentinel multi-beam point defense, basic deflectors, basic armor, basic countermeasures. It's an okay ship. Not amazing. We'll see. We also have the Mutiny of Camus, which is a frigate. Looks to be identical. And we have the Assured Judgment. Also looks to be relatively identical. This one has damaged armor for some reason. So we got 3 frigates. A little less advanced than I would like. I don't know that these are going to be sufficient to actually protect us, but let's go ahead and grab them and put them into a fleet. These ships will do stuff on their own. I don't necessarily have to tell them to do things, but this frigate is apparently already being attacked by the Daguba Outlaws. So what I'm going to do is, assuming these guys like me enough, I'm going to temporarily offer for protection, just so that they'll stop fighting us while we try to get these ships home. I don't want them to pick off one of these frigates. That's a lot of ships nearby. So we're going to do that. And we need to dive into the world of fleet management now that we have actual military ships. So, first things first, I'm going to tell these ships to refuel at the spaceport. We're going to control right click and set this as our home base. This fleet is currently set to manual. This confused me for a long time in this game. A manual fleet doesn't necessarily mean the ships won't do anything. They might go do stuff. What determines if they're going to do stuff is their tactics. So first, let's put their formation to very tight, so they stay really close together. Leave them on attack stance neutral. And this is what determines it. Engagement range is 50% of fuel. So if I don't, tell them to do anything, but they can, see a target, they'll go attack it. If you don't want them to do that, you need to change their engagement range to, same location, and then they'll just stay where they are. Or same system to keep them in your starting solar system, etc. So for now, we'll put them on same system, actually just same location. I want them to hang out near Earth. We want to use fleet tactics over ship tactics, because I want the fleet to determine what they do. And again, engagement range, same system. Let's change it to same location. Against weaker targets and against stronger targets, we want to be aggressive. What this does, cautious will keep them as far away as they can to still fire some of their weapons. Neutral will move them to a good firing range, and aggressive will keep moving toward them, which is useful for launching assault pods. So since these ships all have assault pods, we want to constantly be moving towards the enemy. We're going to change our retreat condition to when shields are below 20%, since we have actual shields on these ships. which will be nice. They also have cargo for some reason. I guess they were raiding before they became ours. Let's actually have them go and refuel at Earth to drop that cargo. Refueling at the spaceport would probably have done the same thing too. UTech completed by final orders for 8th Fleet. Our recent acquisition of the final orders for 8th Fleet has completed the following research project: early beam weapons. We have gotten free tech. Early beam weapons are now ours. We can use particle beams and medium particle beams. I still prefer to get some early ion weapons. Yeah, the fact that we have some ships now, each one of these ships is costing us 292 credits per year, so we're spending a fair bit now in maintenance. 849 annual maintenance. Like, once we have at least one military ship, I'm even more motivated to focus on fighting back. So let's try to get the ion field projector. Having negative money doesn't actually hurt anything. We just can't build things for a while until our money comes back. And it'll come back a lot quicker than you'd expect because bonus income. We go here. We can see that this year we've had 14,000 bonus income. Last year we had 22,000 bonus income from the civilian economy building ships. So it'll come back just fine, don't worry. But look at what happened to our research. Of the available, of the maximum 1,088 we could spend on research, we're only spending 83. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus on research here. Try to get as much research out as we can. We're missing out on 19 annual research right now because of that. And once our ships have arrived, they have, I'm going to immediately turn around and stop paying the Daguba outlaws. That was only a sneaky little thing to guarantee my ships could escape. And we want to get some growth here again. But I care about the research more at this point. So we'll do like 40% towards colony growth, 60% towards research, get that thing maxed out, and then our capital's only grown at 2.6% now instead of like 3.9 because we just don't have any money. We have a new ambassador. Wow, we suddenly have a lot of characters actually. Bob is measured. Bob is giving colony corruption reduction and a bonus 5% diplomacy at the cost of 5% happiness. He's also a diplomat. Wow. Okay, so we have a lot of diplomacy now. 35% bonus. Sick. Bob he's effective at diplomacy. We have an admiral who is a strong space attacker. A scientist has, 3 scientists have spawned. We have a good administrator. 25% decrease to crash research costs. Nice. This is also an all research scientist. This guy is amazing. This guy is amazing. This guy is amazing. These guys came from the Ghost Bloods, didn't they? Or the Ghost Fleet. That explains why we suddenly got a whole bunch of characters all at once. So we picked up, for 25,000 credits, we got 3 ships, which is not a great deal. But if we got these scientists as part of that event as well, 11% all research, 7%, soon to be 8, that's like, 18, 19, whatever percent it is, and an extra 11% to construction. Woof. I gotta say, those are worth it. Look at our overall modifiers to research now. Wait, they're not applying yet. What? Ah, they're still transferring to our Turvek Research Center. They have not arrived yet. 27610408. We gotta wait a year? 6 months, 8 months? Darn it. Well, we're gonna have bonuses and they're gonna be glorious. All right, so this fleet. Because they've got the Jirac, was it Jiracs or the Warp Bubble? We can actually do some scouting with these ships. If we wanted to, just fly them to some other systems. Also, have I completely failed to acknowledge that we have another colony? No, we just still have the one colony. Okay. When the Ghost Blood's integrated, Ghost Bloods, not Ghost Bloods, the Ghost, whatever they're called. Ghost Fleet. Yeah, they don't have a planet. But we did get their Ghost Fleet base. So we have an extra spaceport. The spaceport has some stuff. You can't salvage tech easily from spaceports. This thing's costing us 378 credits per year. Final orders for the fleet is a relic or artifact. Artifact must be at a colony. It is currently transferring to Earth, ETA 2761. Okay, so this is going to give us 10% colony development as well. So for 25,000 credits, we got 3 ships, 10% permanent colony development, 10% war weariness reduction, and 3 scientists and an admiral. Absolutely, absolutely worth it. Super, super good. That being said, though, I think we probably don't want to keep this spaceport. Having it doesn't really give us much, unless there's like a whole bunch of fancy resources on it or something. It's just not... they have a tiny bit of a whole bunch of different things. Alright, we'll keep it. We'll keep it until we can at least get all these luxury goods off. But it's not connected to an actual planet, which means that it's not going to have a lot of construction materials. So I can't actually like build things. There's no steel here, there's no carbonite, there's no, we can't build ships there. It's really only useful for refueling and repairing. But economically we're hurting a bit, so. $9 annual income. Wow. So much monies. Okay, there are no pirate ships. It's weird that it's keeping these listed individually instead of grouping them under my ships, I feel like. These are our stations, these are civilian ships. I feel like it should be grouping these, but it's not. We've met more pirates. Unsurprisingly, they want us to pay them. They are humans. That's another human pirate faction. They are displeased with us. Trying to get that growth rate back up closer to 3% if we can. We've gained about 654 million humans since 2754. Imagine having the population of Earth go from 2 billion to 2.6 billion in less than 10 years. That's a lot of freaking baby making. We'd love to crash course this and get this thing done. Since we've already discovered pirates, let's go ahead and put a mining base on our gas supply now. That is fine. We have... going to do that one as well. Discovery at Turvek 1. Turvek 1 has... so here's where this mining station, because it's been here for a while, it has been slowly increasing the exploration level on this planet, and we have just randomly uncovered a 3rd resource. We now have Vakala Crystal, which is going to give us another 7% development and 1% colony income. Very good. When that gets supplied to the capital, we can get up to a higher amount of development value, which is going to be really good. Might be able to get us back up to full stuff. We're being attacked by the Menacing Sun Federation, a 376 strength destroyer. It's got 4 interceptors, 3 bombers. It's using an atomic devastator. It's got assault pods. I don't think our ships can actually beat this thing just now. We're on track to try to capture it, but let's see how they do. My guess is that our ships are going to hit their retreat trigger. For some reason, they are set to any non-defense component damaged on an individual ship size. For the fleet tactics should be overriding the ship tactics, and I've set it to shields below 20. The reason why shields below 20 is really good is that in order for an assault pod to fire, they only have 50 shield penetration. So if your shields are less than 50, then assault pods can penetrate the shields. We have a max shield value on this ship of 288. So if I set the retreat threshold to shields below 20, 20% of 288 is roughly 58. So they should, as soon as they get to 58, they'll retreat, which prevents them from being boarded, potentially, assuming they can get their warp off. It's cutting it pretty darn close with the very, very lowest tier of deflectors, but it's a reasonable starting setting. I'm still going to change it on the individual ships, though, as well, because I don't like it being on defense. I don't want my defense components to be damaged. Let's, not take damage for no reason. So if I take them out of the fleet later, they'll still have that setting, which will be useful. Let's see how they do. I'm guessing that we're going to be forced to retreat one by one, and then this guy's going to probably just do whatever he wants to us. These fighters are terrifying. Each one of these fighters has Epsilon torpedoes that are going to go right through shields. And, I mean, we could actually lose a ship to this destroyer. Look, we're already losing armor. Our admiral has teleported to this ship. We've done barely any damage. You know what? I'm going to just force the retreat right now. There's not a shot. No chance. We're going to retreat to here. Not worth the risk. Just get out. That ship is already down to half armor, half shields. Yeah, we're bailing. Have fun playing with my civilians. I'm fine with it. Go raid the Turvek 1 mining station. I'm fine with that as well. Have all the polymer, carbonite, and Valhalla crystal you want. Don't care. Just don't murder my defensive ships. Alright, as soon as he leaves, he's currently jumping out. Once he's jumped, I'm going to force our ships to come back home and retreat. Get some repairs. Looks like we did shoot down one fighter. He's got two missing. It's taken him a very long time to initiate his jump. Is his drive damaged or something? Why are you taking forever? You have a new general. Are you, just never gonna leave? What are you doing? Another independent colony has been discovered. Ketarovs. Puppies. These puppies live out there. So they're not anywhere near us. We had an event happen called the Lone Trader, so some independent nation has just, arrived, and they're trading resources with us, trading resources with the civilian economy, and while doing it, they told us about this Ketaraviad colony. So there's the Yazalur Jewel, who is transporting cargo from Earth spaceport to the Ghost Fleet base. Weird. Why are you taking them to the Ghost Fleet base? That's mine. You don't need to do that. Yep, traders tell us of a nearby colony. So there's 750 million Ketarovs. If we can settle that one, in theory, that is another nearly 1 billion people. We have the Ketarovs. We get 20% global bonus to espionage, 10% to counter-espionage, 10% to psyops, and 25% bonus to spy quality. So they're espionage dogs, I guess. That's cool. This guy still isn't actually warping, even though he says he's warping. I feel like he's bugged. He should have left by now. But I am totally fine with this destroyer flying slowly to another planet inside my solar system rather than actually initiating his jump. Bye! Alright, we have positive income slightly. Let's increase colony growth again. Until it is all being consumed. And we're almost back to the point. We can only spend 2,700 and we're giving it 2,500. So we only need 200 more net annual income. And there, we just got it. Excellent. It's probably because of a delivery, and we have 69% development. Nice! And I'm way over time, so I'm going to take a break here. But things are on the up. Kind of. It just went down, though, again. Something changed. I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.